Alright. Finally at the end.
Thank
After
heavens
6
you made
hours.
it. Fragile's been in a coma for a while now. But with all these cryptobiotes you brought, we should be able to bring her round. And with any luck, it'll only take a few more to get her back on her feet. You
The
did
container
well,
looks
Sam.
nice. Whatever, man. Let's just get this over with. Yeah, nah. Whatever. Yeah, I know. I was cheated out of that. I was severely cheated out of that.
Sam.
You're back.
She got
It must have
excited.
been one hell of a journey, especially on your own. But now the whole team is together again.
The whole team? Die Hardman too?
Too much traveling to and from beaches in such a short span. Chiral matter contaminated her cells, effectively causing jet lag on a molecular level. Because of that, her homeostatic mechanisms were shaken. Don't worry, she's not in any danger, but she needs some rest.
So where's the director?
He's being looked after in another room. Bridges personnel found him lying outside the isolation ward. Similar to when you came back from Cliff's Beach. Even after decontamination, she needed more and more time to recover.
Sam, you made it.
Hungry?
Thanks. Looks like you need me after all. Who'd have thought? Anyway, clock's ticking. Am I right? Sam's here. The Great Deliverer. The only one who can reach AmaliEE's beach.
You're in no condition to do this. It's not fair to you, or Sam.
In my own search for AmaliEE's beach, I have come to realize something extraordinary. If beaches were likened to a multiverse, hers would appear to exist on a higher plane than ours.
You said that already.
I can walk the beaches of others, but hers is beyond my reach. It's
You said that.
invisible, inaccessible, even to Fragile, I fear. Imagine it as a circulatory system, if you will. Each of our beaches is a single capillary, but AmaliEE's beach is the heart that pumps blood to the rest of us. Capillaries are subordinate to the greater whole, a whole governed by the heart, which gives direction, which dictates flow, which dictates everything, controls everything. Don't you see? She is in control. You may be able to travel against the flow and reach her, but having done so, if she does not wish to let you go, if she wishes to keep you, she can.
Fragile and Die Hardman broke free from her beach, didn't they?
No,
I don't
she's in
think
the
it
back.
was any different from what happened to you. I didn't get out because I wanted to. I was forced out, repatriated, if you will, by her.
Forced out. Why?
This is only a theory, but She wants you. Wants you to go to her. That's her final wish, don't you think?
So that's it, huh? AmaliEE's the EE, and this is her endgame. Just so we're clear, if I want to stop the last Stranding and come back in one piece, I need to go to her beach and talk her out of it. That about right?
Correct. As cliche as it sounds, you're our only hope. Though quite frankly, I doubt even you can change her mind.
If you can't make her see reason, you'll have to kill her. And if you kill her...
You'll save the world, but you'll be stranded outside of it. Forever.
Might as well make it official then. You ready to deliver the package? I'll talk to her. Maybe she'll listen. But with the shape the world's in, it'll only be delaying the inevitable. Still, if it buys us time to try and build something better, a new lease on life, at least for a little bit, well, I can think of one woman who made the most of a chance like that. Nothing lasts forever, not even the world. But we gotta keep it going as long as we can, right? Patch the holes, change the parts, all that. So we can say we had a good run, that we lived.
Thought you didn't like having to handle things with care.
'Cause it was hard enough keeping my own shit together. Back when we met at the cave, the only thing I cared about was making it to the next sunrise. Sure as hell didn't care about America or the future. I was living a lie, hung up on past regrets. I was broken. But somewhere along the way, I started changing. Started meeting people that made me think that maybe it wasn't all bad. People that put their faith in tomorrow, and in me. That kept the lights on, and waited for hope to arrive. So I gotta deliver, for their sake.
Even if it means you never come back?
Fucked if I do, fucked if I don't, right? Take care of Lou.
I will.
Couldn't find a working still mother east of Port Knot City. Kid's done enough. No more.
All right. I'll do my best to nurse our little one back to health.
So he handed her over to Mama.
Okay, concentrate. Help me look for AmaliEE. Reach for her, Sam. Feel her. I know you love her. You love her.
first time. Now you guys get your answer.
You want to go home? Let's go home. It's okay. I know the way.
She searched a multitude of beaches to find him. And thus he became a repatriate. Sam Strand, 13. Stop the extinction, find AmaliEE. I've got to search the whole beach for her. This is gonna take a while. Sam is getting exhausted?
London Bridge is falling down.
Oh, okay.
Falling down. Falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady.
The last stranding has already begun.
AmaliEE?
You're too late. What took you so long?
Your voice.
You still don't know who I am, do you?
Who are you?
Sam. I knew you'd come back.
There's your answer.
Sam, listen to me.
Back in the beginning, she said she didn't know who she truly was. And then she found out.
I love you, Sam.
I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
And she's been saying that the whole way through. Don't you remember me telling
I've been
you
waiting
about that?
for you, right here, ever since. You were supposed to stop me. Stop all of this.
Bridget?
Yes. It's me, Sam.
Where's AmaliEE?
Where she's always been. Nowhere.
And everything.
My daughter, Samantha America Strand, doesn't exist.
AmaliEE doesn't exist.
Not in your world. I'm sorry, Sam. I've had to wear a mask for so long. AmaliEE and Bridget are both a part of me.
What's that supposed to mean?
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions. Listen. Just listen.
They used 3 actresses to create this person, so I'm not surprised.
Do you understand, Sam? AmaliEE and Bridget. Those are just names. What I am is an extinction entity. So, knowing what you know now, you have 2 choices.
Is getting shot one of them?
You wouldn't come back if it happened here, you know. You'd be straight on to the afterlife. But no. It's not one of them. Killing you would be a terrible mistake. I know that better than anyone.
The beach is limbo.
The last stranding has already begun. A seam has formed from my beach and the beaches of every soul in America. And soon it will be inundated by a vast surge of antimatter starting here. In a flash, this world will be no more. Consumed by an explosion. A big bang. So, that brings us to your first choice. Do nothing. Stay here with me and bear witness to the very end.
Just watch it burn.
Together. With me. Until the last flame winks out.
And then what?
Doesn't sound so bad, does it?
You said it was over in a
It's not
flash.
like the world has long left anyway.
Wow.
Then there's the second choice. In expanding the network, you brought people and their beaches together, integrating them into a greater whole.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Kipu. But in doing so, you also bound them to my beach. The very beach where I opened the gates to the other side. You can't stop what's coming. But if you cut me and my beach loose, perhaps you can stop it from spreading. You might just prevent the last stranding. And mankind will live to die another day.
And it doesn't have to end here.
But it does. The beach is doomed no matter what. One look ought to tell you that. Which is why we must sever our connection.
That'll be it. The end of the Death Stranding.
You can't stop the inevitable. The sixth extinction will happen either today or tomorrow. You can either end it with dignity, quick, clean, and in a flash, or you can struggle in vain, knowing full well what's waiting come the finish.
That's humanity for you.
Those are your choices. You kept it all this time. Perhaps you still have a chance to stop this nightmare. You brought the world together. You have the right to decide. Pull the rope or cut the noose. But whatever you do, don't hesitate. I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
But wait. I don't know what to do.
Sure you do. After everything, how could you not?
So, if anybody didn't actually know, that big old light in the back is the beginning of an explosion.
I'm here for you.
And granted, I know what to do, but yeah.
Like you were for me.
Because she said it was inevitable, no matter what you do.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you.
When you're all grown up, you'll need it to make us whole again. And when the time comes, you'll have to stop me. You are the only one who can. Promise you'll remember. Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
I remember. You knew. You always knew.
I did and I didn't.
She chose
I
you.
had so many dreams of the future. I didn't know which ones to trust. Which is why I decided to share them with you and the others. But to connect the dots, to make sense of everything, you need perspective. You need time. Time has no meaning to me. I am not a line. I am a single point. Which is why all I could do was just show you the choices and let you decide.
Our nightmares are your dreams.
You found the common thread, the strand that links them together. And you did that the only way possible. To live life one day at a time. Thank you, Sam. A gun won't help you here.
Nope.
But it still has a role to play.
And there it goes.
It was the bonds between people that brought the world together. And if that is what matters most to you, then I will stay here on this beach. And I will shut myself in and the rest of you out.
Shut yourself in, come on.
Once the last stranding starts, it can't be stopped. I can't go with you. All I can do is try to spare you the worst.
Why do you have to stay on the beach?
Sam, I am the beach.
Right.
And I must stay here and ensure that the extinction happens. Even if it takes tens or hundreds of thousands of years.
Alone?
That's what an EE does. If I had just done my job, none of this would have happened. But I couldn't take it anymore. I got so tired of waiting, and I figured that no one would blame me if I just got it all over with.
That was her original decision.
That's what I did.
Sounds like hell.
But you and the others came together, connected. And you may be living on borrowed time, but you still have hope. Before each of the Big Five, life rebelled. They fought back, evolved in order to survive. The extinction isn't just an ending.
It's a new beginning.
It's an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to pay the price for that, to be the sacrifice, then so be it. Even if we aren't together, we will always be connected. Goodbye, Sam.
Long story short, AmaliEE, well, her, it being an EE, her original purpose was to create a Big Bang and destroy the world. But they were small scale at first, you know what I mean? So it wasn't an extinction level event for all living things. It just became a situation whereas it was just an explosion, kind of like a nuclear bomb. But nuclear bombs don't destroy the whole world. They simply destroy state, country, something like that. Nothing too strenuous. Anyways, in doing so and grabbing her hand, we ended up bringing her back to the point where she realized that caring was a little bit more, weighed a little heavier in her heart than trying to get it all over with at once. That's why Higgs was saying, oh, this is going to be the last one. You know, the sixth one is going to end it all. AmaliEE had planned it like that.
Here. But it still has a role to play.
Yeah, AmaliEE had planned it like that, but that was it. Oh. I think with the gun we use it to return, but I can't remember exactly how to make it so that I return. But here goes, this should be the end credits here. Mads is Unger. Leia is Fragile. Troy, I think, might be Die Hardman. Margaret, I believe, is Mama or something like that. Or maybe Tommy Earl Jenkins is Troy, might be somebody else. Yeah, so we just go ahead and run it out until the credits roll. Darren Jacobs. I wonder what would happen if I went out. Never mind. I'm gonna let the credits roll.
Quiet, and I'll tell you. There is no time for questions. When you were young, you used to have bad dreams. You cried about them all the time. The truth is, those weren't your dreams. They were mine. For as long as I can remember, I've dreamt of the beach. Not just while sleeping, in my waking hours too. In my dreams, I watched the world end so many times. Countless past extinctions that decimated life on this planet. Again, and again, and again. At first, I didn't understand what I was seeing or why. And that wasn't the worst of it. There were other, more terrible dreams. Dreams of death and destruction. Of a massive extinction to come. Like this one. And I would always be the one to end it all. To bring about the last stranding. As I have today.
She said, as I have today. Kojima. And he's the writer as well, yeah. I thought she said that we'd always be together. No, I'm just joking. I guess she just blew it up. I figured he wasn't gonna go very far before the next part came out.
The first operation, I was only 20. I opened my eyes and found myself on the beach. But the moment I came round, I was back in the hospital bed. I was split across two worlds. Bridget, my Ha in that one. AmaliEE, my Ka in this. Somehow, the two of us managed to coexist. Soon, our ages began to diverge. Only Bridget's body got older, while the beach kept AmaliEE's the same. So I came up with a story. I told people that Amelie was my daughter. A daughter with a debilitating condition and an absent father. Look. Amelie. Is French for soul. A soul that's a lie. There was no Amelie. Only me and the beach. I thought it was a curse in the beginning. But later, I started thinking, maybe I can use this. I tried to find out more about the beach. Because understanding the beach had to be the key to interpreting my visions of the future.
I know that name. Utah.
Yeah.
Yusuke. Nishida. Kobayashi. Funny. Mori. Time for a stop. Time for a rest.
I realized the beach was connected to the world of the dead, which meant that somewhere out beyond it were the memories of time itself, including those of every organism that had ever lived. 4.6 billion years of biological history, a history that might even stretch back to the creation of the universe. The chiral network and everything that followed was born from my pursuit of that knowledge. By passing data through the beach, we were unbound by the restrictions of time. Simulations that would have taken years or more were simple and effortless. Everything that the Earth had lost and forgotten could be reconstructed and reclaimed. But shortly after we began our research, America saw its first void out.
There you go.
I thought I was running out of time, that my nightmares were becoming a reality. So I raced to complete the chiral network as quickly as possible. The past held all the answers. If only I could find a way to piece them together. A network that bridged our world and the beach. That might do it, I believed. So I started researching bridge babies, children bound to the world of the dead. What causes an extinction entity to come into being? What was the reason for the previous 5 mass extinctions? The answers to those questions would tell me how to stop the 6th. I founded bridges, more determined than ever to build a chiral network that would cover all of America. But the longer I fought my war against the inevitable, the weaker I became. My Ha had cancer. The beach's punishment maybe, for not playing along like a good little EE. And then, just like that, my hoe was gone. I couldn't finish what I'd started. So, I asked you to do it for me, and you did. You helped us complete the network, helped us to reclaim everything the universe experienced from its inception to this moment. Every mystery was ours to solve, like this one. Once, there was an explosion. A big bang that gave birth to time and space. Thing is, it was more like a big fluke. All that matter and antimatter should have canceled itself out, leaving nothing. But somehow a tiny speck of matter survived. Just enough. Enough to make this world and everything in it. A world that shouldn't be, a world out of balance. Order inevitably gives way to chaos. Everything that lives must inevitably die.
True.
It's like the universe is trying to return us to the nothing we came from.
And then back.
Maybe the Big Five were its best attempts to finish us off. But somehow, life always managed to survive just enough. Enough to thumb its nose at the will of the cosmos. You know, I'm starting to think that extinction might be the key to overcoming total annihilation. It forces life to fight to survive, to endure, to exist. That's why the Big Five ultimately rekindled life instead of extinguishing it.
A balance.
From the ashes of the dead, rise the living. Stronger and wiser. Inheritors of the legacy of existence itself. They defy the universe and refuse to surrender. They say, we're just getting started. Extinction is an opportunity.
Now, she made a statement about it, but there are several different things in regards to that as well. For example, there's a reason why the universe is in a spiral form. And the reason why the matter that comes from the dust and the dirt, and then of course the molecules, subatomic particles, and all of that that make us up, all of that's connected. Energy never stops. It simply transforms. And just because man does not understand, humanity does not understand the submolecular and subatomic particles enough to manipulate them, they still are apparently there in many different ways and explained admirably. But some people don't believe in that stuff. It is what it is. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. Now, the other thing is, AmaliEE is an extinction entity. Her main goal, even if she portrays it to be a positive thing, like, oh, I'm connecting the beach so everybody can get connected, so humanity has a chance. Her main goal is to extinguish all life. So it would coincide with the same original plan, which is extinction. So connecting the strands would allow her to better affiliate herself and better control the explosion on a larger scale.
I pulled the trigger twice that day. I knew at once I'd made a mistake. I found your beach and looked everywhere for you.
Exactly.
Sam. There you are.
Sam was dead. And she did that. Now remember back when I first started this and I said there was a reason why he had those stitches on his stomach? This is it. This is how they got there. And then she said, "Do you want to go home? I know the way."
You want to go home?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go home. I wanted to set you free from death once and for all. It's okay.
So she says.
I know the way. But in doing so, I upset the fundamental balance between life and death.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to save you.
But you heard her say that in the beginning. She wanted to save the baby, the BB, because it was the first of its kind. And it could do something she could never do before.
Entity. It's my fate to lead our species to extinction. But that moment, you became part of that fate. You became a repatriate, and dooms started spreading my nightmares to others throughout the world. It was me that got you and everyone with dooms into this. Not long after, the Death Stranding occurred. The dead clung to our world, and BTs used my beach to cross over and devour them, triggering more void outs. A catalyst that would set the world on a path to extinction. It was my duty to serve as a sacrifice, to wait and watch it unfold from this beach. That, or hasten the last stranding and end this slow death. Given these, my only options, I chose to end it quickly. But to trigger the last stranding, I needed you, a part of me.
To build a chiral network.
I would be able to witness extinction consummated with you by my side.
Consummated.
But now that you're here, there's another choice. You can cut me off. An EE doesn't have that option for itself. But in my nightmares, I saw another future. One that you chose. One where extinction is hope against total annihilation.
Remember how I was saying that it didn't matter what she chose to do, her original purpose still stands as her being an extinction entity?